Actually, I'll just start by stopping sharing my screen. So, good morning, everyone. Yeah, my name's Gilford. I'm the CEO of Mantle, and thank you very much to the Transport Systems Catapult guys this morning for piping me in from sunny Australia. I do wish I was there. You probably don't believe me, but I sincerely do. Yeah, thank you very much for taking the time to have a listen to what we're about to say this morning. So, with no further ado, I will share the screen again. Cool. There we go. Okay. So, good morning. So what I'm going to talk you through this morning is Mantle Studio, and effectively the approach that we've taken to creating push-button worlds. So, with respect to the talk today and the purpose of today, we're really looking at that being used for rapid prototyping the synthetic environments using Mantle Studio. So, synthetic environments have a lot of moving parts. As I'm sure you're probably aware if any of you have attempted it, you're looking at map data from different sources, different projections, different formats, different qualities. You're looking at game engines and other renderers if you're looking to do something interactive with that content. You're looking at existing legacy or invested content that you've actually produced in-house that you might want to use and work into that workflow. And then after you've looked at all of that content and brought that together in some capacity, what you need to be able to do with that is get interaction design happening so that you can start to do something meaningful with that content. Often that means code, authoring, and that sort of thing, and that's also not a simple thing by itself. Then once you've produced something, you actually need to get it out to some target hardware, and likely you'll be doing something with potentially VR or some custom peripherals that actually allows your end users to interact with that content. So what Mantle Studio does in terms of synthetic environments is we really simplify bringing all those pieces together. So at its core, Mantle is a complete generation system. It's built on the Unity game engine, and it vastly simplifies the workflow. Now, it does this by combining mapping information and building that content directly in Unity, and it does that at a point where it's then ready for interaction authoring. So you're not having to build it in something else and then ship it into Unity and sort of extend your workflow. You're actually building it in a place where you're wanting to do the interaction with it. Now, if you're not aware of Unity, the power of Unity, if you haven't used it previously, one of the initial reasons that we were using Unity is that it's a great place for prototyping, specifically because they have so much native support for VR, other types of vision, peripheral support, and then of course it's got a massive capability for platform export, so mobile, desktop, and custom screens as well. So with respect to the types of mapping content that Mantle ingests, so we have support for a variety of different data sources. So we currently pull in MapZen, Mapbox, we can pull in OSM data, and we can pull in Ordnance Survey data as well. Now that comes in a variety of different flavors. So we can parse vector tiles with land use, water, buildings, and transport. We can parse raster tiles, we can parse elevation tiles, and we can also parse point of interest content. We do all that, and we stream it together, and we generate the environment that you're after specifically to your particular use case. So with the beginning of that process, we pick a location. We select a data source, so from the available providers and the available layers that are there. We select a theme, we select a theme which provides us with the ability to have models, materials, and then a bunch of different generation options. And then we push a button and we generate that content. So if I'm now just going to leap directly to Unity itself, so effectively what we've got in front of us is we've got a scene that we've put together. using a variety of different data elements from Milton Keynes. And so this is something that took approximately 2 minutes to put together. Now this is streamed data from MapZen vector tiles. It's also streamed elevation data from Mapbox elevation tiles. And we're using a theme, a custom theme out of the box. It's a prototyping theme that's effectively a grey boxing solution that allows us to style the environment and for you to get a kickstart understanding of how you can go about taking that different mapping content in and then customizing it to your needs. So what we've got here is around about a kilometre, 1.2 kilometres stretch of downtown Milton Keynes. And the interesting thing is that because we've now got this inside Unity, we can harness the fact that Unity has the ability to generate this content in a volumetrically sound capacity. What that means is we're now able to walk around this space. All of the data that we've brought down is now 1 metre representing 1 Unity metre, and we've now got a volumetrically correct space that we've literally taken 2 minutes to put together. So the purpose of Mantle is really being able to pull all this content together, and this is your starting point. This is not days worth of work or weeks worth of work or even a month's worth of work. This is one person putting a couple of publicly available sources together and then pressing play, and that's where you start. If we're looking at a very minimal use case, so what we've got here is we've got a bunch of traffic just on the roads. We've got a pause at the moment. And what we'll do is we'll select one of the buses that is currently driving around the scene. And if we hit play on that, sorry, apologies. We activate the camera and then turn that camera on. And then what we get is effectively the ability to take a scene that we put together in a couple of minutes and mount a camera to the dash and have it drive around a procedurally generated scene of a couple of square kilometres of Milton Keynes. So that sort of thing, again, is something that building that content inside Unity immediately gives you access to all of the physics capabilities, lighting capabilities. Physics capabilities, I say, as another car drives through us. So the extension capabilities of Mantle then start to fall into place with regard to all of the different modules and content that you can now pull in. So if we jump back out of Unity then and back to the cool. And so pulling those data sources, adding themes, pushing a button, generating that content, now gives us the ability effectively to really pull out this uncontrolled workflow together. So Unity creates Mantle and Unity create the meshes, texturing and decoration. We create the directed graphs out of the transport network that allow you to run simulations on all of the transport networks that are available. And we do point of interest geoplacement as well. So if we have individual objects that have geolocation stamps, we can place those directly in scene.
Dean,
with the styling capabilities of Mantle, it really can look like anything that you would care to spend the time putting effort into. If that's a data visualization, realistic theme, something that's more infographic, all of those elements are directly available to you through the gradient styling system.
Dean,
so effectively,
just to let you know,
Mantle,
1 minute left. Okay.
Yeah, no worries at all. And so effectively, Mantle and Unity allows you to iterate, extend, and then export. So the real-world volumetric framework allows you to start. Allows you to really start using that content to snap in existing content that you may have developed previously, or data sets that you've purchased, and you can snap into a framework that you can really pull together quite fast. And then you've got that native Unity support through Oculus, Gear, Vive, OS, VR, and HoloLens, that you can directly drop into the scene, and then start to add and extend scripts to look at things like vehicle simulation, pedestrian footfall, and that sort of thing. And then, of course, you can extend that with other Unity modules and SDKs from other providers. And at the end of that process, you've then got the ability to export that content natively directly to mobile, desktop, and consoles. And basically, that's really a very, very fast look at what Mantle is currently capable of doing. Now, we've got a 2-minute loop out in the foyer. If you've not had a look at that already, please do. And our CTO, Isaac, is present today. So please, if you have any detailed questions, and I'm sure after a very brief presentation like that, you will have quite a few questions, please do ask. Now, we have evaluation and trial versions available, so please do get in touch. We're more than happy to chat to you about how you can start looking at Mantle within Unity. Again, thank you all so much. Amazing rest of your day.